Hello, everyone. This is very exciting. My name is Sina, and yes, I am tonight's warrior princess. Spelled a bit differently because I'm from Germany, so I'm also more likely to give you a beer than a concussion. I moved to Perth 2 years ago, mainly due to the awesome beach lifestyle, but if my PhD supervisor asks, also to do some science. I am an oceanographer, which sounds very glamorous, if you can see it on the screen. Can you, please? Yes. Also very glamorous, so you might think diving and sunsets on boats, #salty and smart. Well, an oceanographer is not quite a marine biologist, also not an ocean photographer. So I actually do ocean physics, so my everyday life looks more like this. So basically like every other office job. Sometimes though, it actually gets very exciting, and then I actually do stand up. Yeah, I know. So I do love the ocean from quite far away. But yeah, I do love the ocean. It's wild and unpredictable, and a lot of weird creatures, just like Crisante. I chose oceanography because I want to do something that brings me joy and money, but instead my job is giving me climate anxiety, which also means that at a party I'm Little Miss cares about climate change, who brings the paper straws, who falls to bits halfway through your margarita. You're welcome. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I love studying climate change and also the ocean. It's like warming and rising, calm from the outside, breaking down on the inside, just like me in therapy. So, in my PhD, I study marine heat waves, which is just like a heat wave on land, but guess what? Underwater, in the ocean. So you're just like a heat wave on land, but in the water, just slightly wettier, saltier, and more passive-aggressive. So a marine heat wave is when for a longer period of time, the ocean temperatures are hotter than unusual. I mean, like some people, you might think now, oh, wouldn't it be nice if the ocean's a bit warmer? If you go for a dip in the morning, it's not that cold anymore. Well, let's think this through. I mean, like, what do we humans do on a scorching hot summer day? Like, we go to the beach, eat ice cream, cool down with the AC. But like all this like marine life, if they have like hot temperatures, they cannot turn the AC on. They also cannot eat ice cream. They just like have to like suffer through the heat, and are just like very, very sad looking fish. So in my PhD, I analyze temperatures off the coast of Western Australia, which you might think now I just like want to go to the beach every day and measure the temperature. Yes, I do. So that's me taking water samples at the beach. I do this every day, of course. But yeah, I also use like a so-called mooring, which is an oceanic measurement instrument, moored at like one set location with a cable, which has temperature sensors that go all along down the cable, and it measures the temperature, and I can analyze it. Also use like oceanic models and meteorological data to find out what drives these marine heat waves, like what causes them. And that's why I sometimes think of myself as an oceanic detective, and my research basically is a murder mystery. So it's like Sina and the marine heat wave mystery, and oceanographers who's done it. Unfortunately not the official title of my PhD, I wish. And today I'm gonna tell you about the latest case I worked on, Murdered Ningaloo, what caused the 90% of coral bleaching potential death of corals. And no worries if you're not into reading, it's also on Netflix soon. So, Murdered Ningaloo is about what happened last summer. And so let's start in the beginning. So I analyzed sea surface temperature anomalies off the coast of Western Australia. So what you can see here is sea surface temperature anomalies. With anomaly we mean what is like hotter than normal. So everything is like red here, or like also orange. It's like the water is way hotter than it usually should be. But yeah, let's start in the beginning in September. It's already heating up in the Northwest Shelf. Like October, November, December, it's just getting worse. But then suddenly Christmas break hit. And everyone kind of vibed, and they were like, the ocean is boiling, but I have prawns in the barbecue and Christmas camping down south. I don't care anymore. Well, the ocean still cared. And then in university in January, I got back and everything was just an absolute chaos. Like coral bleaching, mass fish kill, people running around like the ocean personally insulted them. And like every email I got was like marked urgent, all caps, red exclamation marks. And you know it's bad if the inbox is basically yelling at you. So, and yeah, unfortunately it's not just like coral reefs that are bleaching, also like other ecosystems like kelp forests and seagrass, like they're all suffering through the heat. And this then also like impacts like other species like fish and like crabs and lobsters. They all live in these ecosystems, have it as a home and nurseries a feeding route. And this then like also ripple effects to like fisheries and tourism industry, and basically impacts every seafood platter you ever loved. And Aussies do love seafood platters. Also there's like extra heat in the ocean fuels tropical cyclones. So we had quite a few unfortunately in the northwest of WA. For example, Cyclone Celia caused like huge destruction and damage of homes. And fun fact to tropical cyclones, if there's anything fun about them. The Bureau of Meteorology follows an alphabetical naming order on how they name these. And after Cyclone Celia, there was supposed to be Cyclone Anthony. But because there's a certain prominent person in Australia who has the same name, they changed it to Cyclone Alfred, trying to avoid any confusion. I mean, it makes sense. Like one causes panic, wrecks infrastructure, and drives up the cost of groceries. And one is just a cyclone. So, yeah. Back to my research. I analyzed satellite sea surface temperature data. I also used data from my mooring to see how deep the heat is reaching in the water column. And we also used like a measurement instrument like this. This is an autonomous ocean glider, which we basically just like throw in the ocean and then goes like up and down the water column, measures the temperature, follows the current, basically like an ocean Fitbit. And then we take it out again and I can analyze the data. And oh boy, it was very hot and it also went very deep. Like it was not just like the top 5-10 meters that was hotter than unusual. And actually heat went down to like 200 meters below the surface. So actually like 200 meters is like insane. This is like basically the height of the Rio Tinto Tower without the fancy needle on top. It's like very, very deep how unusually hot it was. So it's basically like the whole Ningaloo shelf, throw a pool party like too hot to handle, and everyone got fucked. So yeah, I was bad. I know what you're thinking now. You really want to know like what caused the marine heat wave, like who is the killer. But unfortunately, my time is up. So please just buy my book if you want to know. Stay salty, stay smart, please. Recycle your straw, like every little soggy bit in your modern margarita glass. And thank you so much.